All right.
And we're live.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about the wait.
Yeah, Men in Black were messing with us. That's what I said. That was what was going on.
It's a conspiracy why we didn't start on time.
It's a conspiracy.
I've sworn not to say anything.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I noticed in your opening crawl, is that artwork? Isn't that Denver International Airport?
Yeah, it depicts death, so I figured that'd be a good way to end it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's a very strange situation with the whole Denver airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been there.
Doesn't make any sense. You've been there?
Yeah, just once when I first got stationed in Arizona. First time I'd ever been on a plane.
I live in Denver, so I've been there a bunch of times. And they got the crazy shit. They got that gargoyle. It's like a metal bust, and it's like above it's pretty high up, like almost like on a shelf, like next to the baggage claim where you get your luggage. And you can't really see it unless you're actually looking for it, unless you really look up. You know what I mean? It's not like eye level. You have to look up a little bit to see it. So I don't know if that's on purpose or what. Who's coming in here?
Yep. So you're greedy with the zombie horse. Oh, Miss Rena.
Miss Rena.
What's up,
Hey guys.
Did you come to talk about conspiracy theories?
No, I just wanted to drop by and say hi. I'm not into that.
No, I just wanted to say hi.
Well, this is Cannabis and Conspiracies, Miss Rena. So that's what we're talking about.
I completely misread the situation. I thought this was a regular hangout stream.
I thought she had some crazy shit to talk about.
I know.
That's gonna be good.
I was the last person I thought was gonna pop in here.
Yeah.
I thought this was a Genesis Crüe hangout stream.
Oh, we do that later today.
Yeah, that's later, 7:00. You're welcome to come to that one.
Yeah, I might be busy around that time.
Oh, okay. Well, no problem. Thanks for coming and say hi.
Yeah. See you guys.
All right,
See you
later. Well, I've actually got. I brought something with me. Let me share it with you, Belmont. This is conspiracies concerning the Denver International Airport.
The Space Commission or whatever, you're talking about that, and how much it costs to build it. I know all about it.
Oh, okay.
You know, they made an extra building. I forgot how many floors it was, and it wasn't a part of the plan. So they actually decided to just bury it.
Yeah.
Just made like a building that cost millions and millions of dollars. Oh, we made that a mistake. Oh, why the hell did we do that? Well, bury it. We're just going to bury it.
Yeah. There's like 3 different buildings they buried like that. Yeah.
Wow,
and there's
it went over budget so much. I think it actually cost more to build that than it did to construct the Panama Canal.
Huh.
Yeah.
And it went like billions of dollars over budget. Just billions.
Right. Yeah, and everywhere you look around, there's like Freemason imagery everywhere. Like, and there's like it's in the capstone. It's in like several of the statues.
Denver is higher than any other airport in the U.S.
Yeah, because it's like the mile-high city. There you go.
And marijuana is legal.
Yep. Of course it is.
But when you come into the airport, depending on where you come in from, you can see the Lucifer. Are you familiar with Lucifer?
Yeah.
Lucifer actually killed his creator. So the artist that actually created him, the statue fell on the guy and crushed him and killed him. And I don't know how many tons that thing weighs, but that thing is huge. And at night, that thing has laser fucking beam, like red evil eyes, just gleaming.
Leo Tanguma is his name. No, Luis Jimenez was the guy that was killed. And It's called
Yeah.
Lucifer, the demon-eyed horse sculpture. So yeah.
Yeah, and there's all these crazy murals like Odin's talking about, and that one that's in my intro shows the one where it's got a masked soldier wearing a gas mask, and he's got a assault weapon or whatever, and he's surrounded by children in caskets, and it's like every nationality in each casket. It's very strange. Why would that be at any? It's not a welcoming image for any place on earth, whether known an airport where thousands of people come in daily through those gates, and they're going to see that mural. And I think they've since got rid of it, or maybe covered it up. I'm not sure.
Well,
then they've asked the artist about them, and they're like, "Oh, I just felt like painting like that." Yeah, okay, that's a good fucking answer.
Stormtrooper killing kids. That's the mural.
Well, son of a bitch! I can't believe all this was going on. I was just there to go to Arizona. I had no idea any of this. I just remember the mountains, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I'd never seen them without trees.
Right.
And I was like, it's all inspiring. I just turned 21, so I just drinking my face off. So maybe I wasn't paying attention to all the stuff you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, it's a really strange place. It's got a lot of really odd things about it. Let's see, the article I was looking at.
Which one?
Said the dedication capstone has Freemason imagery. So does the time capsule. It's got Freemason imagery. There's tunnels and underground buildings. And there's 5 buildings that were built below ground, but for some reason they had to be abandoned instead of destroying them. And another infrastructure was built on top, leading many to wonder just what might be going on in those buildings underneath the ground level.
You know what else? They use a different construction company for each section. So the other construction company didn't know what the other one did.
Right.
They didn't use this one place. They used, I don't know, dozens of construction companies to complete the project instead of a few.
Right. We got Genuine Comics over there, Dave Brink. Hey, man.
Oh, I didn't see you, man.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Hey, man.
Sneaking in. My conspiracy show.
Yeah. I read where they also there's just like strange oddities having to do with the way the buildings are laid out. Like it's just there's a lot of things about it that just don't make any kind of technical sense. If you're building something for, you want a layout that has to do with flow, or ergonomics or feng shui or whatever. Most modern buildings are built with some kind of like eye to how everything flows and however you move from place to place. But DIA is just like completely, totally batshit crazy. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever when it comes to the layout or anything. So that's always confused people too.
Also, the original baggage claim, I don't know how much money it cost, millions and millions of dollars. They actually scrapped it because it didn't work.
Right.
So they made another one.
Good God, did the government build this?
Yeah. And then I think it was George Bush that actually went to the opening ceremony when they opened the DIA. Was it in 96? What year was it? 96. I wasn't here yet. Actually, it wasn't in Denver when it first opened.
95.
It was 95.
95. Yeah.
Okay, so 95. Yeah, I actually didn't get to Denver until 2000. So
right.
It's always been here, but they're always doing weird construction when you're going there. I'm like, what the fuck are they working on? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Right. They're in the middle of a field, like working on something like miles out, and you have to travel so long to get to this airport. You just keep going and going. They used to have the airport really convenient right there in the city, and they scrapped that airport and just made this overpriced airport and put it out in the middle of nowhere where you can't. it's very strange, just like where it's located and how far out it is, when it could have been right there, you know, and they could have used the old airport and redid it, knocked it down and put it there, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you have to travel miles, Bunny, to get into this airport. You got to see these, you got to see the parking lot. I mean, the parking lot is, this is so vast. I can't even describe how big the fucking thing is. And it still fills up.
Right.
That's probably why they put it where they did.
Yeah. I mean,
traffic.
Well, when you look at the amount of traffic that goes through Denver International Airport, it's not really a major hub, and yet that parking lot's always full, and that's always confused people as to why there's that many people there, and it's not really a major hub, but not. Yeah, exactly. What's going on? And they kind of lean into it because they got like conspiracy theories concerning the DIA, and they have like a whole entire thing, even got like a talking lizard that tells you like the conspiracies having to do with the DIA or whatever.
Oh, the talking gargoyle.
Gargoyle. I'm sorry, gargoyle. Yeah.
I was just gonna play that clip.
Oh, okay.
Hi, welcome to Denver. It was only for like a couple weekends or something. It's not there anymore. They only they only had it up for a little bit of time, but they had like a voice actor, I guess, in another room, kind of like a TV show, and he would see what they're through the camera and then talk in the microphone, and then it would come out. So he would do it live.
Oh,
fuck it, we're gonna do it live. So
yeah. That's weird shit, man.
Yo, what's up? Good stuff?
Help you. Good stuff, Comics Getter. Yeah. He probably knows some conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I sent him a link if he wants to drop in and talk about something.
Okay.
But like you're talking about the underground stuff. Like I was stationed at Fort Huachuca, and they got this thing. It's called Greeley Hall. It's like a mini Pentagon. Right?
Yeah. So
apparently it's like this whole community. There's some people that apparently don't leave. It's like the Hive from Resident Evil. And I was there, like I was doing a SILK conference. It's a Senior Intelligence Leaders Conference. And I was with the unit. I was just driving this guy around, let's just say a support unit.
Yeah.
And I dropped him off, and he did his thing, and he went on a tour down there. I picked him up. He had a totally different look, and I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, he was totally different. Either he didn't like what he saw, or he was just shocked to see what he saw. I don't know, man. Either that, or he was just bored.
I
don't know, man. But like, I heard that there are rumors going around, and all this stuff is like public conspiracy theory, quote unquote, information. I'm not breaking any laws. I mean, it's not gonna. No. Not revealing classified information. All this stuff is just public knowledge if you've been stationed there. And so these people don't leave. And they're detention centers, but what else is down there? Because they have like this it's called Black Tower. When they first came out with the UAVs, they were doing it out there, and you had to get a clearance to go out there and work on a truck or whatever. But it was at the bottom. It was at the bottom of the mountains.
Huh.
And they apparently they're. I mean, you hear some crazy shit from soldiers. And apparently they're like, they saw it was a UFO up on top of the mountains. It was like bright. It was so bright. It was freaking magnesium tires. Like they used to have run flats. They switched over. They had to light them on fire. They burn. Magnesium burns pretty bright.
Oh yeah, very bright.
So, and all these weather balloons. They should have weather balloons there. I don't know, man. But some crazy stuff, dude. You just don't know. And if they promote a lie, it might be a lie, and it might not be.
Right.
This is Lucifer right here.
Geez Louise.
It's being placed. I think it's got like a tarp or something around it, protective things around it, so it doesn't get all fucked up when they're putting it in.
Who in the world thought that was like inviting?
Oh my god.
That looks like it belongs in a freaking satanic temple, man.
Well, you can't see it because it's covered up, but you can see the size of it.
Right.
There's that mural that was in my intro. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's just so crazy.
Jeez Louise, yeah.
Who would have thought that would put that in the
Why
airport?
would you put it in the airport?
It looks like Guernica from what is his name? Famous artist, but it was horrific images.
Yeah, I mean the artwork. I mean the guy's a good artist. You can tell. I
It's
mean,
solid, but why for an airport?
Yeah, seriously.
what else is
There's
there?
something about the layout of the tiles that's strange too. It's like there's strange symbols in the tile or whatever. So
Look at how strange it is. Look at how it looks. It's like a bunch of tents.
Yeah.
Like it's strange, very strange. Look
Right.
at that.
yeah,
Any more
goodness
slides on
gracious.
there?
I've never seen that from a distance. It's pretty crazy.
These fucking pop-ups. Yeah, look how strange that is.
I
Look
don't
at going
know,
to a
man.
different planet and shit, not going to an airport.
Yeah. Looks like something out. You might see Conan coming over a rise or something. There's a city. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot surrounding that place, man. A lot of conspiracy surrounding that place.
But it's funny that they play off the misinformation, so it makes you wonder, like,
Yeah.
are they promoting the lie to defend the lie?
Yeah, them leaning into it like that makes me really suspicious because
because misinformation and it's a game. They call them the black arts for a reason.
Oh yeah,
Playback.
That's gaslighting at first water. Oh
Yeah.
yes, of course there's conspiracies here.
My brother had a friend who worked at DIA, the Denver airport, and he said there's elevators that he's not even allowed to get on, and he works there. So they're like controlled by some other agency. You know what I mean? So that's weird in itself. Why would there be, like a CIA or whatever, secret elevator or whatever it is?
Odin Dasco said something interesting. He says, "Remember the baggage claim debacle? When I was a kid, it was Stapleton. Yeah.
That's where the original airport was, in Stapleton, and which makes sense because you can actually get there. You don't have to like go around a circle for 9 miles, then go into the airport.
Right. Yeah.
Now, wasn't there some conspiracy with someone buying up the land around the DIA?
Was it Bill Gates?
He's up to his eyeballs in a lot of it. I'm not sure if he's up to
He bought like the most farmland in the world or something, I believe. He snatched up the most farmland. Bill Gates.
We probably can't talk about that.
Oh yeah, we probably can't.
Well, let's see the article I'm looking at. Let me speed read it right quick. See if there's something in there. Let's see. Nope, I don't see it.
What about that space agency plaque, whatever that is? You know what I'm talking about? Whatever.
Yeah. There's like it's called the capstone, right?
Yeah, and it has some agency on there that doesn't exist.
Right.
It's very strange. I've seen it.
It says underneath this capstone there is also time capsule. It says not to be open till 2094. So no one knows what's in it.
Shit.
But yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's got the I'm gonna get Freemason symbols on it. So yeah, I see. It's the largest airport in the world regarding land mass. But there's an untold number of extra buildings and hangars on the property that seem unneeded for a typical airport. So there's a bunch of hangars and other buildings that don't seem to be under use. So yeah, this comes from undercover Colorado, evidently. So evidently, as a Yeah, the wall of propellers is pretty strange too. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the Mason symbol. It says March 19th, 1994.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's bizarre.
The World Airport Commission. That's what it says. The New World Airport Commission.
Yeah, it doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, considering they keep slipping up and saying something about a new world order. I guess it's an organization that hasn't taken hold of it yet, or not like established itself yet. So, maybe this new world order stuff goes back, way back beyond the beginning of the turn of the century. So it dates all the way back to the old world. It's been talk about it for a long time. So
nothing new.
No. Of course. Go ahead.
Are you guys familiar with the image behind me?
Is that the place that was built by that one man?
Yeah.
Like made out of granite or whatever.
Made out of coral.
Coral. Okay.
What?
Yeah, this is a Coral Castle.
Built by one man.
Built by one man by himself. He actually built it and then built it twice because he moved it.
Oh my God.
I don't know how many miles, but he moved the whole thing by himself again and placed all the rocks, all the coral. They're like, I don't know, 6 tons or something. And every time someone tried to check him out or like watch and see how he did it, he would stop and he would know if somebody was watching him. But
there's like several accounts where people tried to sneak in. I mean, they like, Freemasons. You think it'd be a little more covert than their secret society? But maybe being out in the open is the best way.
Hide in plain sight.
Right, hide in plain sight. I mean, it's a black ops, man. But yeah, the Coral Castle. That guy. They tried to sneak up on him. There's a documented case of them trying to sneak up on him, and they said that they like came through a back way and they crawled over things to get in there. There was no actual opening there, so there's no way he should have known that they were there. And then when they came around the corner, he was sitting there waiting for him with like tea already poured.
His name was Ed. That's all I remember. His name was Ed.
Yeah.
And he I think he had something wrong with him too, right? He was a little guy too. He wasn't that tall. He was like 5 foot something, like 5 foot.
No, he's
7.
They think he was autistic or something because he kind of mumbled everything that he spoke. He built it he dedicated it to somebody that he never really told anybody who it was, but it was evidently a lost love or something. But he never told anybody who it was that he dedicated it to.
Supposedly his wife was supposed to come from the country he was from and come and live with him.
Right.
And he built this castle for her, and she was gonna come live with them. They're gonna live a happy life in this castle. And then she never came. So when he built this castle, he actually opened it up to the public and he would sell tickets. And then he would tell the people about his love. But I think later on they think that it might not even be a woman at all, that he's talking about something else. It's Sweet 16 or something, I think he says. It's Sweet something.
Am I going to get my
Maybe it was a beacon for the mothership.
Am I going to get my bounty hat?
Maybe it was a beacon for his mothership.
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't think he was an alien, but he said he discovered how to move objects, how to move these things by reading books or whatever. He said, I just read the information. It was there. All you got to do is find it. I'm not going to tell you where it is.
He used it by magnetism. He thought that he could control electromagnetism. So like the force, a magnet opposing poles when you move them towards each other.
Oh yeah,
it's the same thing that the bullet trains use to suspend them above the track.
Maglev.
Whatever he did is probably the same. It's the same way that they built the pyramids, most likely. I mean, and these things are really perfectly placed too, within like micrometers, millimeters. You know, just perfectly.
It seems so perfect that they can barely fit a piece of paper in them.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that for years. That there's a lot of things having to do with the ziggurat, and the pyramids, and how they seem to be located geosynchronous when you look at them on the globe, they seem to be like in line with each other. And then if you follow that, there's like middle of the ocean is the next. When you like measure it, the distance between the ziggurat and the pyramids, the ziggurat being the South American pyramids, and when you like measure the equidistance on the Earth, that the next one should be located in the middle of the ocean, in an unexplored part of the ocean. And so they're dead. So everybody's like, if there's a pyramid down there, then we know we know there's a connection going on.
We have a problem. If so, we have a problem.
Yeah. Well,
I
mean, there's a lot of people wondering about ancient civilizations, like mankind existed before this iteration of mankind, and that that group of that particular group of mankind like wiped themselves out. It's becoming more and more plausible to think that that's a possibility.
like the end of Battlestar Galactica.
Good stuff says it should be easy to measure because the Earth is flat, right?
Flat. You would think good stuff. You really would think. Unless there's another possibility. It could be another possibility.
My older brother actually thinks the Earth is flat, so you guys can laugh. But that's
I don't know. I think the curved horizon that you see when you look out in the ocean kind of gives that away. But
I think he's wrong, but sure.
Well, you circumnavigated
the globe, but he did for a while. I don't know if he still does, but he did for a while.
We got Kokushuku Papishango over there. Vince, what's up, dude?
What's going on?
Bros. Well, when you think about, I think you've circumnavigated the globe, Hojo, haven't you?
Yes.
Have you been around the whole thing?
I've gotten around, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. Flat Earthers have followers all around the globe. They like that in one of their posts, that they have members all around the world or something like that. Like, you guys are talking about flat Earth and talking about around the world.
How stupid.
Yeah. It's just bizarre. I mean, when you see who is number one on the musical charts and you listen to what they sing, and it's like, WAP became a number one hit, the runaway number one hit. It broke all sorts of records. WAP. Are you serious? There's got to be something else going on.
Well, I keep my radio off, so I don't know even what that sounds like.
Well, I've never listened to the song, but I've read the lyrics, and they'll make you want to scrub your brain with a Brillo pad.
Well, can you consider flat earthers a conspiracy theory?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I can destroy that in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things you can destroy in 10 seconds, and yet people believe it.
Oh man, I swear, some people's kids.
Seriously. Todd had said something before that. The virtual simulation we live in is different for everyone. Some have flat Earth, others have a globe. Okay. Of course, I know Todd's taking the piss because Todd's always taking the piss, but
Well, the Illuminati took over Hollywood and music.
Yeah, well, that's entirely possible because a lot of what they're putting out right now makes absolutely no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, the music's nonsensical. It's completely, totally ephemeral. I mean, there's nothing to it, and yet there's like formula. There's like a formula to all the music that you see today. It's all
it's organized noise.
Yeah, but it's very specifically organized. There's a apparatus.
It's an algorithm.
It's an algorithm, yeah. But they all use the same technology, the same digital technology, and they all adjust it to the algorithm that comes in that technology, and so everything that comes out kind of follows the same formula.
Hmm.
And you'll hear it if you hear like especially the top 10 radio hits, the things that get pushed. You play them back to back to back to back, you'll hear it. And there's a similarity to all of it. That's just
it's all written in some fucking room by a bunch of people too. It's not like inspired by drugs like it used to be. You know what I mean? There's no spirit or anything in there. There's no soul to that music.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Yeah. Good stuff has something over there. I think Michael Jackson was
killed. Ruining him didn't work. The song "Break Away" from the Illuminati. Yeah, I heard that they were trying to like recruit him or something, and then he told him to go fuck off, and then that was the reason why he got killed, or I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it was really kind of strange, the propofol overdose that he got, because that particular doctor had dosed him hundreds and hundreds of times over the years that he was in his employ. And
and that guy was all sketchy afterwards too, right? I remember that.
He flashed a lot more money than he should have had in his defense. The defense attorneys that he got were pretty high dollar. So, I mean, extraordinarily high dollar. I mean, we're talking like Congress people use these defense attorneys, you know.
Did he have like 22 prescriptions or something?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Or they said what they gave him, like they said to take that kind of medication to sleep was like getting chemotherapy to shave your head. It's just unnecessary. I always thought that was funny.
Yeah, propofol to put somebody to get somebody to sleep at night. It's the same as a baseball bat upside the head to cure a headache. It's really it's taking a howitzer to swat a fly, basically. It's really incredible. Interestingly enough, the stuff that's coming over the border right now, the fentanyl.
Oh, it's way worse.
It's way worse than propofol.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and
his life was
nobody's
really
talking.
sad. It ruined his childhood.
It is sad.
Yep. Well, considering his only friend was a rat, that's really sad. You know, that's only pet he had growing up.
And to have that burden of the talent and be the brunt, to be the different one and take the brunt, you know.
Yeah.
Papa Joe.
He hated his dad so much. That's why he kept on getting those nose jobs, because he didn't want his dad's nose.
Yeah,
right.
He looked a lot like his father, that nose. So he just kept fucking with that nose. I don't know how. I think it was like 6 or 7 or more surgeries. And he just fucked himself up.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like dyed his skin or something, trying to say it was like some rare disorder.
Oh man, dude, there at the end, he looked like a mutant bat or something like that. Like,
well, he said that was
terrible.
That the
vitiligo.
Vitiligo, yeah, that gives you patches of white skin. Well, this is a note from Drunk Craig. Michael Jackson did not kill Epstein.
Oh, yep.
You can rule that out.
We can rule that out. Yep. So, considering he died like 45 years before Epstein died, or 10 years before Epstein died.
You know, he can just log it in on his phone and like make his own comment in the chat.
He's so weird being in that. So much talent, though. His songs are still amazing. Yep. I heard Man in the Mirror the other day, and it hit me kind of a different way. It really did. You know, it just I mean, it's the songs that they were kind of overplayed so much back then that you kind of became background noise.
Oh, I know.
Now it's been off the air for a little while, and you hear them again, and you're like, why did I not know how awesome this song is? Because you kind of rejected it back then because it was overplayed so much. But now you listen to it, and it's just like, wow, he had some profound stuff to say, man.
Wait,
I don't think he wrote that song.
Todd's got a new theory about that.
You
Craig
think
is
Drunk Craig isn't real?
Yeah.
They think you're not real, Craig.
See,
Drunk Craig is
real.
real. Drunk Craig exists. Yeah. There's a Halloween episode where Drunk Craig was on it telling a story. So debunked.
I was going to say,
There
Drunk
you
Craig
go.
is a conspiracy.
Yeah, actually, I've seen him. I'm just.
He's around. He's around. Who do you think makes my pizza after the love stream? So, ever see the Boondock episode?
No, I don't watch Boondocks. I didn't even know what that was. I thought that was a movie with that guy
okay.
Walking Dead.
Drunk Craig says there's radiation in filming, and it makes him nervous. So that's why he's not on very often. So, yeah, he thinks the aliens are gonna read his brain or something. I don't know. He drinks a lot of alcohol. Okay.
Get him on.
Hey, I hear you, Craig. I hear
you. Yeah, he's pickled his brain pretty much at this point.
Mrs. Good Stuff joined us.
Oh, Mrs. Good Stuff. Wow.
Hey.
She does. Hey.
This is our premiere episode.
Yeah, we're just hanging out talking about stuff.
Or as my wife calls it, Friday.
Friday. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have trouble with the D's?
No, because she's happy it's Friday. Friday. Come on, man.
Oh, gotcha. Friday. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I get you. All right. Drunk Craig says the first rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah, I mean, you think all these governmental buildings that are out there, there's always like a lot of these buildings that don't seem to follow the capacity or don't seem to, there seems like the Smithsonian, that whole network of buildings has always given me the creeps when you see just how massive the buildings are and just how little goes on in those buildings or how little that you actually see. And it's supposed to be
about that though.
Go ahead.
There's some stuff that they won't show because it doesn't fit with the narrative, with their history. So it's actually forbidden archaeology.
Okay.
And there's pieces that they won't put on display and stuff because it doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. So they can't answer it. So they don't display it.
Like the Ark of the Covenant.
Everything. Yeah, it changes everything.
Yeah, it's a big warehouse they put that Ark of the Covenant in. Yeah.
But supposedly at the Smithsonian, they actually have these items there that
right.
The public can't see.
Yeah. Well, I mean the like the castle, the Smithsonian castle. They don't even let anybody in there, and it's just sitting there right in Washington D.C. It's freaking castle sitting there right across the mall in Washington D.C. and they don't even let people in there, and that's always like been freaky to me. It's right there on the fucking mall. It's like open to everything up. Everything in the mall is like open to the public. Everything. Oh, please, come on in, free to the public. And yet there's this castle sitting over here, this Gothic looking thing with a big old tower, and that won't let anybody in that thing. It's always been bizarre to me. I'm like, what the hell is in there?
Same with the Vatican. They got all that shit, and they won't let anybody. God knows what they have. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Seriously.
Riches,
their archives
lots.
Man.
Yeah.
They got like Leonardo da Vinci drawings like somewhere tucked in some book in one of their fucking libraries. And, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, most people say that the Roman Empire ended, but really the Vatican is the Roman Empire.
Yep.
It still exists. The Roman Empire still exists.
I mean, it was called the Holy Roman Church.
Exactly. It became the Roman Empire became the Vatican, and became the Catholic Church, and it continued to rule for centuries and centuries. So I mean that's never even talked about, but considering there's a church on the planet that that has, I don't know how much of the fortune of the planet how much of the money is like focused in this one church, but they've got coffers you wouldn't believe, especially considering most of the South American countries just reflexively throw money at the Catholic Church.
Mhm.
Even if they don't have no 2 cents to rub together, they throw it at the Catholic Church because they think that's how they get into heaven. And so when they come to America and they get money here in America, it goes to the Catholic Church. When all the illegal immigrants came into America back NAFTA first started, all the churches in our area just exploded. They went from like these struggling little tiny churches to complexes in less than like 10 years.
In the Vatican, I mean, it's Vatican City. It's a country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's its own thing. Yep.
Yeah. It's
they got their own police force that will, sacrifice themselves for the Pope.
Which are Swiss. Yeah. Which are from the Swiss.
Yeah, the Swiss Guard, the Swiss Army Guard. They're like Green Berets, like highly trained.
I know a guy that might be writing a comic about that.
Oh, really? Well, odd thing about it is the Swiss itself doesn't have an army. Switzerland itself doesn't have an army, but their army moved over to the Vatican, became the army for the Vatican.
Yeah,
and it's some kind of agreement that they have with the Swiss government, and those Swiss Guard are nothing to sniff at, man. I know a guy who met some. They're no joke. They are scary guys.
They are highly trained.
He says he's Catholic. I was married in a Catholic church. My wife's Catholic. I'm Christian, but my grandparents used to give all their money to the 700 Club. Every dollar would go to them. When they passed away, they didn't leave anything really. They just gave it all away. Thinking they're going to probably go to heaven or whatever.
I mean, you got to think they have stuff there that just goes back to the Crusades and even further.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear the legend of the chronovisor they supposedly have? You know what the chronovisor is?
Time machine.
It's a time machine viewer. Like you can see it on the screen.
Oh, like in the movie Paycheck?
You can like dial into another time and then like they go to like the crucifixion and watch it on the screen. Supposedly this guy created it and it's called a chronovisor, and it's located they got it somewhere, hidden in the tucked away somewhere, and hidden guarded by the Swiss guards or whatever.
Oh, right. But, well, I mean, the whole entire
talk right there.
Yeah, the whole Dan Brown series. There's a lot of people that like bought that Dan Brown series and thinking that, he's going to tell us something we didn't know about the Vatican or whatever, and the Vatican was always like kind of ambivalent towards that series, and that always worried me a little bit. You think I'd denounce it, right? But they never denounced anything Dan Brown said.
But they're like, we're doing worse stuff, so this is good.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's Tuesday stuff, man.
Even the Pope himself is a conspiracy. The Pope before him just quit one day. I don't want to be Pope anymore. Oh, no big deal. Every other Pope in history, was Pope until they're dead. Then someone else takes over. But this Pope decided, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to live my life and not be the Pope anymore.
What was that, like Benedict?
Yeah. And the odd thing about that was he was very conservative. And he was like actually more conservative than John Paul was. And he was like saying, okay, we need to change some things. We need to switch this. We need to change this. And he was coming down on the priests, the pedophile priests and things that. And he was like making changes having to do with that. And then suddenly he up and quits. And the guy that came in is SJW as they come. I mean, he's so liberal that he's basically dissolved the whole entire moral leanings of the Catholic Church, and he comes from Argentina, out of fucking nowhere, Argentina. Not Argentina, but somewhere in South America, But he just came out of nowhere. I mean, he wasn't even on anybody's radar, and all of a sudden, this guy just from bum rush somewhere in South America suddenly becomes the Pope.
Shit.
And then he just turns around and is like, oh yeah, well maybe we need to allow pedophilia,
No big deal. Come on, guys. It's been thousands of years. We can change things up a little bit.
God is a God of love, It's just like
we're more like a South Park episode every day.
Yeah, seriously. Do as thou wilt, basically, which is basically the satanic mythos or the satanic philosophy.
I mean, that's just pure. That's just pure hedonism. That's not virtuous at all.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. And you see the people he buddies up to, or the people he parrots, and he's basically a puppet for the UN at this point, or whoever's behind the UN. I mean, he parrots whatever they tell him to parrot. And I mean, these homilies are basically.
I call him the fake Pope, Bunny.
Yeah. His homilies are basically talking points from AOC's, Twitch feed.
Oh man, I like Benedict though, man. He was a rock star. He was rocking like Gucci slippers, riding around Ferraris.
Yeah. Oh, he was Italian to the nth degree, man. He just had that Italian energy, man.
He's like cool. Like
I'm the Pope. I'm the Pope.
Yeah.
And he's just like, up and quit. There's like something about to do with his chauffeur. There's like some controversy with his chauffeur, and he up and quit. So I don't know what the hell that was. That was about.
Talk about the megaliths.
What are the megaliths? Anyway.
Remember, like for a short period of time, there was like all these megaliths popping up everywhere.
Oh, right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Nice
find them in the middle of nowhere, like. I think there was
Todd thinks we're about to be visited here. Yeah, well, considering Kamala Harris is now heading up the Ministry of Truth, I think it's going to take a while to get organized, because he's a Nimrod. One of the Pope guys looked like a Sith Lord, or is it Smith Lord?
I think he meant Sith Lord.
I think he meant Sith Lord. I don't know. Those Smiths are shady people, man. Yeah. I mean, you can just sit here like talk about them all day long. I mean, they would go from Denver Airport, weird stuff at the Denver Airport. You ever feel like we're like floating along on top of the surface of a shark-infested waters or whatever? We have no idea what's underneath there. Or, if we go diving, we're not going to make it back. So the more I do these conspiracy theories, the more paranoid I tend to get.
Well, I got a conspiracy theory by my house. I think there's all these buildings, right, and these businesses and this like parking lot thing, and I've never seen any customers ever go inside there. And it's kind of tucked away in the middle of nowhere. And but they're always in business year after year. And then one day, I always thought it was suspicious. Then one day there was all these cars parked down this little road. And they were all from different states. And they were all look like brand new cars, and they're all from different states. Yeah. They're just parked there for like a week or so. Wow. And another day I saw this guy walking down on the side of the road. He had a trench coat on, and he had an earpiece in his ear like a FBI agent would have. You know what I'm talking about? Just the one in the one ear. Definitely wasn't an earbud. It was not an earbud. It was the curly, the curly one.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's this guy doing walking in an empty lot by these businesses that don't really exist. And I'm thinking these businesses are probably like CIA or FBI front businesses, pretending to be businesses, and they're just like CIA
like a stash house
offices or something. But why would it be a guy just walking around, with a piece in his ear? I just thought that was really strange.
Mrs. Good Stuff is talking about the Bilderberg.
Bilderberg.
Yeah,
Bilderberg,
that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother animal right there.
Yep. Did you guys ever see that Mel Gibson movie, Conspiracy Theory? Or is it called Conspiracy Theory?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's like him and Ben Kingsley and Julia Roberts, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you want to talk about paranoid? My God,
Right.
it's a good movie.
But then it all turned out to be real at the end.
Yeah, I knew it was real. The
Have a
gravy.
good
Heading out,
weekend,
guys.
Todd.
Catch you later. All right, see you, Todd. Hope you make it the love stream tonight, man.
Yeah, I got to
All
pop
right.
out of here and put this bouncy house up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
sure they don't fly away. I've seen it on TV where like the wind will pick it up and like take the house and the kids with it and then drop them down.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is like with water or something. Like I can't believe they have stuff like this nowadays.
Okay.
I'm getting
All
up in that bitch. It's 95 degrees outside.
Okay, man. I hear you.
All right,
I hear you.
I'll catch you guys later. See everybody.
Later, Hojo.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
All right, later, Hojo. Right, man.
This is good stuff saying that my house is the new venue for the Bilderberg group.
All right. Oh, who knows? Who knows where they meet? You know, they Bilderberg was actually an abandoned hotel where they first met, or at least where the first documented meeting was. Or somebody first time they were noticed. It was like a motel called the Bilderberg. It was.
Don't they meet at the Bohemian Grove every year?
The Bohemian Grove. That's a different thing. Bohemian Grove's actually like a like Skull and Bones. It's like a secret society at a college.
I thought a bunch of different families would go there, and the Bilderberg group members would be some of the people.
Well, Bilderberg has a bigger like reach than the Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove's like Skull and Bones, basically.
You ever see that one where Alex Jones gets inside Bohemian Grove and does that video?
Nope, I haven't seen that one.
And he actually gets footage of the owl.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like talking and shit. It's like, oh, bow to me, you bastards. Yeah. It's like saying crazy shit. And I was like, couldn't even believe it. It was like a whole production.
That owl does pop up quite a bit. So yeah. So I always wonder why they canceled.
Yeah, after like the fourth episode, they start talking about like Nestle stealing all the water or whatever, just taking all that fucking water, all that fresh water.
Alex Jones crazy sometimes wrote something crazy. Well, right after that, they canceled that show. You know why they canceled the show? It's because that the sniper guy, the American sniper guy, accused him of stolen valor, or that something like an incident happened between him, and he sued him, and suddenly his name was ruined overnight because like an American hero accused him, and he sued him. He sued him because for defamation, and they ruined his career over it. Yeah. Check it out. He was on Rogan, and I'm not a Jesse Ventura fan, okay? Not in way, shape, or form. I think he's a complete jackass with his politics are just stupid. But when he was on Joe Rogan's show talking about how this incident happened and he had to sue to try to recover his name, and how he was just his name was Mud because this guy accusing him, who incidentally turned right around and got murdered right after he did this, and he was just sitting there like doing this thing. Now, if you know anything about that, that's called that's called defensive posturing. He wasn't even noticing he was doing it. That was just somebody deep trauma. You know, so this is somebody who was telling the truth, or at least
there used to be a kid in my math class that used to go like this.
Yeah. It comes from it's something that's like they do when they're not even aware of it that they're doing it. But I saw him do that, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's telling the truth." Maybe he's a jackass. Maybe his politics are wacky, but he's telling the truth. At this moment, he's telling the truth. So the American guy that I can't remember his name, whatever his name was, smeared him, and then turned right around and got murdered. They murdered the hell out of him. This guy that they were supposed to be helping him that just came into his life out of nowhere.
That seems to happen a lot lately. Someone just dies out of nowhere, like Kevin Spacey's accuser just magically died when
all his accusers, just like several of his
more
accusers
than one, like
died.
2 or 3 now. Yeah, to just magically die or shoot themselves in the back of the head twice. It's just
all people are still dying around Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah, that's all conspiracy theory.
The
Yeah.
guy who like broke the Anthony Weiner story, or who basically told on Anthony Weiner about 3 years ago. He just met somebody and he was about to get married to her, and supposedly he drove this road that he never drives on, and parked to the side of the road and shot himself. Yeah. And he was a guy that and Andrew Breitbart. Nobody will ever tell me Andrew Breitbart didn't get killed. I mean, he was healthy as a horse, and he goes for a jog and he dies of a massive heart attack. And he was exposing all sorts of shit. Andrew Breitbart's the reason why we have conservative media today, because most of the people that we know today as the biggest names in conservative media were all trained by Andrew Breitbart. And so we wouldn't even have alternative media. I mean, the only person before Andrew Breitbart was Rush at that time. But then Andrew Breitbart came on the scene, and then he started people started following his example, and he started inspiring people. And that's Andrew Breitbart's the reason why they had the Tea Party. And then suddenly this guy just goes for a jog one morning, healthy as a horse, and drops dead of a heart attack. Yeah.
Anybody named Weiner is bound to be involved in a conspiracy.
Yeah, I honestly, yeah. So, good stuff. Confiscator, murdered by suicide. Yeah. So I think before we get canceled, we probably should end it right there. Man, we're coming up on an hour.
All right.
So
I go on for 6 days on numerous topics.
I know. Yeah. Well, let's review. What have we covered today? We covered the Denver International Airport. We talked about the Coral Castle. We talked about the alignment of the pyramids. What else?
The Catholic Church.
Church. The Pope.
Their archives.
Right.
The Smithsonian's hidden archaeology. What else?
Yep. We probably should keep a list so we don't cover ground. Go over ground again. Sorry. But
you can always go back over them. Oh yeah,
right.
The lizard people.
The lizard people. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know much about the lizard people. I have to do research.
It was this crazy theory that people in the news and stuff were all reptilians or something, and they all had reptilian eyes. And then if you looked at them, if you looked really close and you zoomed in on your TV, whatever, you'd see that they didn't have human eyes; they had reptilian eyes or reptoid eyes, and that was the whole. You remember that?
Well, I think I can probably debunk that theory right now. They've got blown pupils. Most of these people are on drugs. Lots and lots of drugs. If you got a blown pupil, it looks like a lizard eye. So that's my debunking of that. Do you disagree with that?
I don't believe in that. No, I'm just saying there was a theory for a while that everybody thought everybody was lizards, or living for 900 years.
Oh, there's videos of people turning into lizards for a split second. Now,
that's another phenomenon that I'm kind of interested in. I've heard stories listening to Coast to Coast where a person is with somebody, and then all of a sudden they transform into a lizard, a hideous fucking looking lizard thing for just a couple seconds, and then goes back to normal. And they've been with this person their whole life and never seen anything, and then this one day just saw that and just fucking freaked her out. There's more than one person that's told this story, so it's not super common, but it's happened where people have countered people that turn into a lizard for a split second, and then that's it.
Well, I think most of Washington D.C. are just vile, horrible, evil, despicable human beings, the lowest of the low, and maybe the most despicable creatures that have ever walked the face of the planet. So I don't know. I don't know if they're lizards. I just think they're really, really, really horrific human beings. So, I say my personal philosophy of that. So, I think you go to Washington D.C. The first thing you do is hand them your soul. So,
I've never been there.
That's
Still got my soul.
On that note, you want to end the show?
Yeah. Next time I got to get an outro or something made for the show, so I don't have any outro. It's going to be a
just
hard
play the
ending.
intro again. Maybe put "Thanks for coming" at the end of it or something.
All right, I'll play the intro and then end it.
All right. Thank you for coming, everybody.
For coming.
Remember, the truth is high. So, all right, have a good one.